job already there
Yeah, I think
tomorrow.
you had this already booked and they just said, yeah, sort of your own sort of transfer on Friday, but because it is, I mean, me and Adam have said before, we've tried to book like a holiday Tuesday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Really, because like they just don't have
But it depends how, if it's like...
Here we go again. The 1st of January. This is my year. I can feel it in my body. I'm gonna hit all of my goals. I'm gonna go on a run every day. I'm gonna read 50 books, travel across the world, become a millionaire. Or maybe next year will be the one. Each new year, I feel that there is a pressure to change your whole life by the morning of the 1st of January. In the 8 hours between going to sleep and waking up, it's as though you're expected to have dropped all your unhealthy habits and to have hit all your goals. Okay, that's a little bit exaggerated, but you get what I mean. I don't actually enjoy New Year. I don't really know what it is, but I think mostly the underlying pressure of counting down until the clock strikes 12, watching the date on our phones change, feeling like you're another year behind where you wanted to be, and just picturing who you're going to be this time next year, whilst knowing that it is all on you to become that person. It can definitely feel like less of a celebration of new beginnings and more like a countdown to the inevitable of things that aren't going to align with our vision boards, as well as the unrealistic expectations that we put on ourselves. Every year before the 31st of December, I have developed a similar routine of things I do to prepare myself. Clearing out my wardrobe, clearing out my camera roll, writing a letter to the future version of myself, and of course making a vision board. Although I do love spending hours scrolling on Pinterest and fantasizing about what my life could look like, having a healthy approach to your goals can be tricky. The way I've learned to do it is to not just focus on the top line main goals, but to focus on the why and get more specific about them. The more specific, the more focused, and the more likely you are to reach your goal. Let me give you an example. Say you want to focus on your health and just feeling amazing. So one way to do this is by taking vitamins to support your body. Everyone can take vitamins every single day, but I know for majority of people, they won't get into that habit and they don't really know the benefits of doing it. So they might do it for a week and then stop. So how can we change this? Work on your why. Why should you take vitamins? What benefits will you get from them? And what actual vitamins should you be taking that work best for your lifestyle? Do the research, learn the benefits, and then every time you want to take vitamins, you're more likely to remember the why and stick with doing it. Atomic Habits, one of the most highly rated books for self-development. And I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard of it. But why does this matter? You might not realise this, but all of our goals are built on habits. And it doesn't even have to just be habits every day, but maybe it's once a month or once a year. Say, for example, you want to go on budget holidays more. Your habit is to start checking travel sites more frequently. Or you want to run a marathon. Your habit is to go on 2 runs per week. Habits are seen as these small, insignificant things, but they actually make up the bulk of your day-to-day. And if they're done consistently, over time, that is what's going to lead to you having these big transformations and to you hitting your goals. So, how can you transform your goals into habits? Number 1, make it obvious. Make sure your environment is set up so that it supports your goals. Number 2, make it attractive. Think about what you enjoy doing and then try and pair your new habit with that. Number 3, make it easy. For this one, you've got to start small. Focus on the long-term vision, but do the version of your habit which is easiest for you, and then build it up gradually. And number 4, make it satisfying. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small you think they might be. The reality is that your goals aren't going to happen overnight, as much as we'd like them to. They take time, they take consistency, but it would be so much easier if you build them into your routine as a habit, and sooner rather than later, you'll be taking your goals off without even realising just how much work you've done along the way. "2025 marks the first year I'm setting goals based solely on what I can control. In the past, so many of my goals were tied to outcomes that I couldn't directly influence, like reaching a specific number of followers, for example. But here's the thing, I could pour hours and hours into creating content, I could post every single day and still not be anywhere near hitting that goal. Why? Because those numbers depend on factors outside of my control. Things like algorithms, timing, or even luck. So, I've decided to reframe my goals. Instead of aiming for something like hitting 1 million followers, I'm focusing on the actions that contribute to that outcome. So, for example, my new goal would be to post 3 high quality pieces of content every week. And that's something that is entirely within my control. I find this a lot less overwhelming because I now have a clear, actionable plan and I know exactly what I need to do to hit my goals. The key I find is that by focusing on the process rather than the result, it really allows me to find enjoyment in the journey as well. I want to finish off by reminding you that starting a new year does not mean you have to set goals, you have to create a vision board. If you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. You can approach the new year in whatever way works best for you. Especially at this time of year, it can feel so much pressure on you that you have to have everything figured out. You have to have set a vision board, have 1 million goals, because that's what you're seeing online. You're seeing everyone who's achieved all their goals and they've already got a vision board, they've already got these 1,000,001 goals for 2025. But the reality is, for me and majority of people, is that just isn't the case. You don't have to have goals in place to have a great year. You don't have to have anything. You don't have to do any of this to have literally the best year of your life. It's up to you at the end of the day. Life is unpredictable, as I'm sure we all know, and things will pop up unexpected. All these obstacles will come into place, which you can't plan for. You can't. My favourite saying ever is, things will work out exactly the way they're meant to. And I fully believe that. So trust the process, have fun, and do what works best for you. And I hope you have the best year ever.